In Italian, we'd say anche I cani, even the dogs. Anche I cani saw the poor man. This is a great gospel from Luke that sort of mirrors the first reading from Amos. Amos was commenting on how the rich are richer and the poor are poorer. Now that sounds like headlines of today's newspapers and anywhere you go in the world, not only here. The rich are richer and the poor are poorer. And that middle class seems to not exist. We don't know. This is not a lesson on economy, but it's a lesson on scripture and poverty and wealth and the use of wealth. Now you might say, here we're not wealthy, we're not necessarily high class, maybe some of us are, it doesn't really matter, but we're okay, we're eating, we're drinking, we're feeding ourselves, we have a roof over our heads. And that might lead to what Amos calls complacency. Because we have our own taken care of, we don't have to worry about anybody else. That happens in human nature. You eat and drink and you worry about your kids, that's it. Close the doors, lock, and who's outside stays outside, who's inside is our family. And we watch over them. Well, today's scriptures, both from Amos and Jesus, sort of defy that. And we don't need Jesus today to point out the poverty on our streets. We don't need Amos today to point out world crises, whether it's economic, food, housing. Even now as we speak, so many of our sisters and brothers in Puerto Rico have lost their homes and their possessions to the flood, to the hurricane. And this further threat. And this is yearly. This is not only yearly for Puerto Rico, but it's yearly. It's a natural occurrence. What do we do? Well, we can ignore it and go about our business, say, thank God it's not raining here. And we could say that in reference to food and shortage. And you know as well as I do, maybe more than I do, how the prices of food right now in our economy have skyrocketed, and we've judged to eat less of the more expensive things. I was just talking to someone yesterday. They stopped buying red meat because the price of steak so high. So they pared down their diet, both for health reasons and for economy reasons. So poverty has always been with us. And because it's always with us, we sort of let it go by. Okay, somebody will get fed, somebody will feed them. It's that idea, that sociologically thinking that they'll be taken care of. Somebody will be taking care of them, not me.